Right now, 90% of humanity is caught in a loop. They fight an invisible, exhausting battle daily, completely unaware there is a way out. The problem lies in how we are equipped to fight. We rely entirely on what we can see, hear, and touch, attempting to solve massive life problems using nothing but our own limited, rational minds. Think of this as the 3D box. It is an ego-driven state of reality where we are continuously governed by ingrained habits, predictable reactions, and recurring karmic loops. Operating entirely within that box distorts actual reality. You become trapped by your own perceptions, blind to the solutions sitting right in front of you. It all stems from a psychological error. We are wired to believe that control equals safety. You see this everywhere. We obsessively micromanage our workflows, overanalyze our relationships, and stress over the smallest inconveniences. But the harder you grip the steering wheel, the more rigid you become. Exhaustion sets in, and you only dig deeper into the trench. If trying harder and overthinking consistently leave us stuck, what is the alternative? Human effort alone is not a sustainable strategy for survival. True problem-solving requires us to abandon that old software and install a completely different operating system. That new system is absolute surrender. It is the conscious, deliberate choice to stop micromanaging a situation. Human free will is the exact mechanism that triggers this shift. You actively choose to let go. Take a constantly malfunctioning air conditioner. The default ego response is to get angry, force a temporary fix, and simmer in frustration when the unit breaks again. In one recorded case, the owner consciously dropped that frustration and stopped trying to force a repair. Shortly after, they received a completely free, upgraded replacement unit out of nowhere. This suggests that the mechanism of surrender applies as much to minor friction as it does to major crises. The scope of this alignment extends even to these smaller details. What happens when a problem is too vast for the human mind, and your ego is entirely out of options? Consider a shop owner in a pharmacy who realizes they have made a potentially fatal medication error. There is no one around to help. The biological reaction here is sheer terror and a rapid spiral into panic. Instead of spiraling, the owner bypassed the panic entirely. They practiced absolute surrender through deep, raw, and sincere prayer. The result was immediate intervention that resolved the fatal error, defying logical explanation. Hitting the absolute human limit strips away our defenses. It forces a shift in perspective, moving from "I must fix this" to "You are everything, guide me." This higher dimension reflects a state where these unexpected interventions occur with surprising frequency. A completely surrendered mind even begins to recognize sudden, seemingly negative obstacles as moments of active divine protection blocking a harmful path. In one instance, an exploding transformer occurred right as someone was about to close on a real estate deal. It served as an intentional warning that protected them from a terrible financial decision. These aggressive warnings are balanced by subtle signs from nature, like a butterfly appearing out of nowhere to signal an upcoming success. The universe is constantly speaking to us and offering protection. We can only hear the message when the noise of the ego is finally silenced. The ultimate test of this philosophy comes during periods of absolute heartbreak. Think of the compounding weight of a parent's death, losing a job, and falling into heavy debt all at once. Navigating that devastation requires maintaining unshakable faith and acting with quiet compassion, like simply feeding and watering animals, instead of surrendering to despair. Sustaining that faith brings results. For one person experiencing all of those losses, the outcome was unexpectedly securing a dream job abroad. Take a look at your current overwhelming crisis, or your minor daily frustrations, and recognize the ego trap for what it is. Releasing the illusion of control changes the nature of the struggle. It opens a clear path toward the kind of outcomes that the ego, acting alone, simply cannot manufacture.